swear sometimes my mind drift. Gotta be supernatural, you make it from down here. Hey, I lost the closest thing to my heart and almost drowned in tears. But granted, Liz, I'm still standing. I would never hide in fear. I stand bold on these 10 toes. Said I was gonna do it and I did it. Niggas talk but I'm never moved by their opinions. I make music for those that love the culture. Women that's in tune with they culture. And all the go-getters that made it over. I do this for the forgotten city of Macon, Georgia. They wrote us off as Otis Redding, but the wait is over.
What's going on out there, everyone? It's your boy Mike Ryder, Mr. Accountability, the man behind the microphone, the shiny forehead killer himself. You are tuned in to another edition of Mike Ryder Talks. Listen, I got a special guest on the line with me tonight, but before we get into that, I want to get into this. Listen, Mike Ryder Talks is here each week, each Tuesday, each Thursday on Facebook, YouTube, and now Twitch.tv. So all my gamers out there, you can check me out on Twitch, Mike Ryder Talks. We trying to get some things going. Shout out to Nephew. I'll be seeing you online. Gaming with the Prince. I'll be seeing you. You kind of inspired me to get on that Twitch. I see that they're willing to make you an affiliate a little easier. So trying to take that route. Outside of that, you can catch me on Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. I upload each interview the following week on those platforms. So if you miss it live and you can't go catch the replay, just hit my many platforms, man, and you can catch the video, the audio of every interview. Listen, I don't know if you heard, I teamed up with MJ's Wax Creations to do the Valentine's Day giveaway. Listen, man, we got a raffle going on. Got a $60 basket that I'm raffling away for a $10 entry. $10 is all it takes to enter into the contest for the raffle. The basket includes a bottle of Stella Rose rosé flavored wine, 2 12-ounce candles, 2 packs of the wax melt, 2 wine glasses, some chocolates, some roses. You can't beat that for a $10 entry. You can enter as many times as you like. And to enter, the only thing you have to do is cash out Mike Ryder. Cash out me, $ MIKERYDER. Screenshot the cash app and send me a picture of the screenshot. You will be entered into the random drawing. The slots are filling up, but you can get in, and you can get in as many times as you like. Like I said, a $60 basket that I'm raffling off for a $10 entry, and you are randomly can be chosen to win it. You can't beat that. You can't beat that with a stick. The only way you can beat that is the raffle that my guest got going on, but we ain't gonna cop block. We ain't hating. Anyway, you can be entered into this raffle and win this basket. And this can set the mood for you and your loved one for Valentine's Day. Like I said, only thing you got to do is cash out Mike Ryder, screenshot the cash out, send me a picture of the screenshot. You are entered. We're good to go. Let me not hop on that too long. Let me get into my guest. Matter of fact, my guest tonight is a mother, a singer, a hair braider. She's the owner of Southern Vegan Soul Cafe here in Macon, Georgia. This is her second time on the show. We're going to make it happen again after this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to touch bases tonight and make something happen. This woman owns one of my favorite restaurants in the Macon, Georgia area. Matter of fact, my favorite vegan restaurant. And honestly, she probably is the reason why I consider going vegan. Tonight in the building, I got no other than Jessica Mack on the line. How you doing tonight, Jessica Mack?
Hello, 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 my lovely. I feel amazing. I just had a nice smoothie, so I'm feeling good.
Man, what was in your smoothie? Before we go any further, what was in your smoothie?
Well, I have like all the berries that you can think about, except for Snozzberry. That's not a thing. But strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, blueberry. I had almond milk, flaxseed, chia seed, some of my peanut butter powder, and my beet powder, and my collagen. And I think that's it. I think that's
That
it.
thing
Yeah.
was loaded.
Yeah. And it was enough for 3 people, but don't tell nobody I'm only one person. But you know how I get
I
down.
ain't gonna tell you a secret. Listen,
Don't tell
I had
nobody.
one of your smoothies at your open mic night last year.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been the best smoothie I've ever had.
Oh, Mike.
I'm honest. You know, I'm an honest guy. I make smoothies myself, and my smoothies don't taste that good, so I don't mind giving you the love, showing love to you and your smoothies. Um, Enough about that. Let's get into you. We had you on the show back in September, I want to say, of last year.
That's right.
So it's been about 5 months between then and now. What's new with Jessica?
Oh man. Uh, a lot has been going on. Not necessarily too much new. Just been working on getting my restaurant reopened at our new spot. And then I actually have an ebook that should be coming out very soon. That coincides with my radio show, Hello Health Digest. And yeah, other than that, just killing this vegan game. No pun intended. And keeping it gangster with this vegan lifestyle, and just maintaining my weight and building muscle and all of that jazz.
So maintaining your weight, building muscle, what goes into that?
Well, I learned about my body being an endomorph, how it's easy for me to gain weight and it's easy for me to lose weight. And I would cut myself off of like breads and pastas and stuff like that from the carbs. But I learned my body that I have to have moments where I do a carb overload when I'm working out and then switch up my days. So one day I may have, rice and pasta and stuff like that. But then the next 2 or 3 days, I won't have anything unless it's a complex carb. And then 3 or 4 days later, then I'll have, some type of carb bread or whatever that case may be. And then just kind of cycle that in to trick my body so that my metabolism can kind of like stay fluid versus getting at a plateau and staying there.
See, that's one of the things that I struggled with before this year or before this past year, hitting that plateau.
Mm-hmm.
I would always hit that plateau around 240. And then I stay there for a little while. Months coming after that, I gain, get back to 250, get back to 255, 260.
Mm.
When the pandemic hit and I was forced to learn myself, I let go of the sodas. And I learned that was one of my biggest, factors into why I was gaining weight or why I couldn't take that step further to losing weight.
Right,
So
because there's a
now,
little soda is loaded with sugar.
and that's what
So
I had to learn.
yeah.
Okay, so as far as like gym life, how often do you work out?
So I work out 5 days a week.
Mhm.
Sometimes 6 days, but recently it hasn't really been 6 days. So basically Monday through Friday, I go hard in the gym. Saturday is completely my rest day. And Sunday I do my meal preps. So it really depends on how I feel and how many meal preps I have to do. But other than that, I'm just doing exercises at home on Sundays. And yeah, so I get to the gym, I spend about an hour and a half there, and then I go on with the rest of my day.
Before we go any further, y'all know the deal with my platform. I'm very interactive. So if you comment, I will holler at you and my guest will holler at you. So let me attend to some of these comments. You got a lot of people saying, hey, I know this is one of your best friends. Chandra, she said that she had one of your smoothies Saturday and it was delicious. We're going to get into that.
Yes.
Get into that. Let's see. They said, how did you find that out? I want to say she was asking, how did I find out about like the sodas, maybe, or maybe she was asking you, how did you find out about like your how to stop the fluctuation? Makita, I'm a little late, so elaborate on what you were asking. You know, go a little bit more into detail what you were asking. I missed your comment when we were first talking. But either way, my man Savage say he just left the gym. Get that gym in, brother. Get that gym in, brother. You know what I'm saying? My man, listen, he's on Twitter. Dude be working out. Dude be on it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to
Really?
anybody. Yes. Shout out to anybody who try to get to it. You know what I'm saying? He said, where the new location? Are you talking about her restaurant? Matter of fact, if you are, because I think you are, there you go.
3348 Bienville Avenue, Macon, Georgia 31204.
Let's get to it. So you were at 3348 Vineville this past Saturday with your open mic, correct?
That's right. Oh my goodness. It was the first one of 2021. And when I tell you, I ordered 20 chairs,
Mhm.
and we kind of spaced them out. We could have did for a little more chairs, but it was a beautiful turnout. We had vendors, we had visual artists selling their paintings. My daughter, poetry, she said her poems and sold her paintings, and it was just a night full of like straight up poets that people that was like, well, I've never spoken in front of people, but went up there and killed it. We had a few singers, we had a guitarist, and it was just phenomenal. We always say we end at 10, but it's like even after I end, say, we do a poem together, and even after I end, people are kind of just like hanging around and just like talking, so we don't leave until late. But the energy is just one that you want to take home and just keep it bottled up and sprinkle some on your day every day
Come
because
on.
it gives you life to be around good energy, good music, good fellowship, and all of that jazz.
I've been to a couple open mics with you. I met you at an open mic, and I've been to one of yours, which was last February. Um, this past Saturday, I couldn't make it out. We had a battle rap event. But my man said when you started reading the address, you sound like Siri. He said he thought his Siri started talking. We're gonna get to Makita. She said, yes, I was asking about how did Jessica find out what to do for her body?
Okay, so there was an infomercial, like a little, when you're on Instagram and you have like the little ad that scrolls up and they play like 10, 15 seconds of it, and then you can swipe up and see more information. Well, there was this test from V-Shred, and it's basically you fill out a little short questionnaire to see what type your body type is. There's endomorph, exomorph, and something else. And based on your answers, he'll tell you what your body type is and what you need to do to get your body together as far as, carbs, macronutrients, all of that jazz, how often you need to work out. I learned that HIIT exercises are great for me. Just going in 15, 20 minutes, hardcore HIIT exercises. And that's literally all I have to do. But I go to the gym, I do that, but I get on the treadmill for like 20 minutes to do my computer work. So that's kind of like my time to get some work done. And then I do my HIIT training. And I learned that it works because I can still eat what I want to eat and still be dropping the weight and still shape my body. So take the test, take the quiz, or I can tag you in the group that I'm in because it's a whole group of women at that. They have a separate group for women to kind of encourage you and ask questions and all that jazz. Kind of like a little support team.
I took that questionnaire though. It was like a white guy. He was like a
Yep,
bodybuilder. Well, probably not a bodybuilder, but he was just in shape.
in shape. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I took that questionnaire, and that's one of the things that helped me. Um, before I get into that, y'all who are watching this, a lot of my people, y'all are on like a weight loss journey yourself, as well as I am, and she is. The proof is in the pudding. Jessica, you don't mind me showing like your before and after picture?
Please do.
Okay. So Jessica lost a lot of weight. Jessica Mack, where did you start out, Jessica? What was your highest weight that you can remember?
My highest weight that I can remember was 360. And that was
What did
after I started working out for a couple months before I actually got on the scale. And so, man, I don't know what I was before that because of working out. And then I got to 360. So, yeah,
what are you now?
I'm around 180. So I lost like a person and a half.
That
Two
joke is
little
a person
people.
and a half. Come on now. Um, in the comments, okay, they want to know about this. She said, is it hard to become a vegan?
It's not if you say it's easy to become a vegan. It's all starts in the mind. So if we go in with the challenge like it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. So once you kind of resist that and say, you know what, I can do this. This ain't nothing. Um, then that's the first step, of course. The second step would be just switching out one meal a day that is completely vegan, no dairy, no meat. Just one meal a day. If you're used to having 3 meals a day, just switch out breakfast or just switch out lunch, and then gradually, the next day or the next week try to switch out breakfast and lunch, just completely plant based, and then maybe have something in the dinner, and then go from there to the whole day to everything plant based, and then the following week, 2 days, and you go on from there. I say don't beat yourself up when you fall short because this is new. I'm 38. If I just now started going vegan, there's going to be mistakes that I make. I'm not going to look at every label because I'm not used to that. So we have to just break up our routine of certain things that we do and kind of like create new routines. So it's very easy to go vegan if you look at it in that uh, perspective.
Chanel, she said, where is the questionnaire?
The questionnaire, if you just go to VShred, it might give it to you. It just came across my Instagram feed, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and just take this quiz. But I can definitely, Mike, remind me by the end of your show to look it up, and then I'll
Mhm.
I'll send it to you so you can send it to your followers, and then because I would, it definitely helps to know what your body is make up and how you can go about. And of course, they have you know, their ways that they can make more money out of you as far as like offering you meal plans and all this stuff. I say just learn what your body can do, and then Google if you have time. Um, Google what an endomorph behaves, because you'll see on YouTube a whole lot of people know their endomorph or exomorph or whatever, what they eat and their exercise regimen. You have help all around the world, and I'll be one of them. They can reach out to me. So
Yeah, because like I said, I took the quiz as well. It was free.
yeah, free
You know what
quiz.
I'm saying? The only thing that they want to charge you for, like you said, was like the meal plans, or if you want to go further after you find out. So, like that next step after they show you what's going on with you, you might have to pay for some type of membership.
Right.
Um, he said, as far as the
Well,
open mics, go ahead, go ahead.
go ahead, my love.
He said, as far as the open mics, he said, we are not going to have open mics in my city yet. I miss it though. I do too. My man CJC, he said that's motivation. Dre Gaming said big motivation. I know he's on the weight loss journey himself. I think he's doing good. Last time I checked with him. While the transformation is real, that's inspiration right there. Yes, it is.
Very good.
I got one more, and then we're gonna get into this open mic night. He said, never thought of vegan, but interesting. I just watch my meals and work out. You might want to try it, brother. When I tell you, okay, the first time I ate vegan was at an open mic, and it was one of Jessica's cupcakes. It was the chocolate chip cookie cupcake, and it was
Mm-hmm.
vegan. And dude, I had never tried it before then. I never tried it again. So 2 years ago, No, about 3 years ago, I went to someone downtown Macon and they served vegan food and it was good the first time. The next day I went back to get more. It didn't taste so good. So it kind of turned me off. But I got in touch with Jessica again. I don't know how. I found out she had like a restaurant. Oh no, they had a food trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I started buying, they had a vegan pizza. My man, one of the best pizzas I've ever had. They had the pulled barbecue sandwich and it got me hooked. And I'm not vegan. I eat meat. You know what I'm saying? I eat dairy products. But every chance I get, when I want that vegan trip, I holler at my girl. Nah, let's get into this open mic night. So, courtesy of Miss Gigi Weaver, I'm pretty sure you know who that is. She sent me some footage from the open mic night. Y'all sit back and enjoy. I got a series of videos I'm gonna play, like 30-second videos. And I'm gonna start with my man. All right, I'm gonna run this second one. I got two more. They like 30 seconds a piece, y'all. Bear with me. They're gonna get better. They're gonna get better. They're just a little sample.
So sweet, so sweet, don't nobody know how sweet it is.
All right, look, y'all. I'm trying to set the mood. I got one more. This is gonna be the best one. Jessica Mack, this is you, baby.
Or I'm 31:18. Or maybe we can see a movie, or maybe we can see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we can roll a tree and feel the breeze and listen to a symphony and maybe chill and just be. Or maybe we can take and maybe some passion to the blues. Or maybe we can just be silent. Come on, let's take a long walk around the park after dark. And it's fun for us to spark conversation, a verbal elation, stimulation, a share our situation, a temptation, the education, relaxation, elevation. And maybe we can talk about something entirely.
Let's get it. Shout out Jessica Mack, man. Listen, from what I've seen in person, the open mic nights are amazing. From what I saw online, y'all had a great time this past Saturday. Is this going to be a recurring event?
It is. It's every fourth Saturday night at Southern Vegan Soul Cafe. It's going to be lit from 7 to 10. Cover charge of only $10, which covers, of course, entertainment as well as food and smoothies within that charge. Yeah, and it's always like just good energy, good vibes. You know, it's a piece of me, so it's good stuff.
Listen, the one that I went to, we wrote like a group poem. So they passed around a notebook and everyone would drop like 1 to 2 lines. And we just wrote a poem together. To me, that was amazing. I had never done anything like that. Did y'all do that this Saturday?
Yeah, we do it every fourth Saturday night. We do that because a lot of people are timid or they're shy or they just want to come to entertain, and this gives the opportunity to everyone to be a part of what we got going on, and they don't necessarily have to be on the microphone. I collect all the information and then I read it at the end and people are listening for their line. It's a lot of fun to be at like an interactive part at the end of the show.
CJC said that girl can sing. Yes. Listen, when I watched that video, I saw her kind of like quiet down. I was like, okay, she's trying to hide the voice. But then when that part came and she hit the note, I was like, okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Um, Outside of that, with the open mic night, I'm gonna try to come to the next one. Either way, we're gonna support either way with your restaurant. Your restaurant is not currently open to the public yet, is it?
Right. It's not open, and I say open because I still do meal prep. I still take, special dessert orders and cakes and cookies and cinnamon rolls and all that jazz. It's just not open on a regular basis as far as time. So I collect meal prep. The deadline is Fridays. Pickups are on Mondays at set times. And then, people just come and pick it up at those set times on Mondays.
And
So
these
yeah,
right here, like pictures of your meal prep, correct?
that's correct. So with the meal prep, you get 7 meals and 7 side salads. You can either choose to eat it, for lunch or eat it for dinner. I have several customers of mine, they buy 2 so that they can have lunch and dinner for the week and just do like a smoothie in the morning. I say if you are trying to gain weight, which is there's a lot of people that are trying to gain weight, they'll buy it for 3 weeks so they can technically have 3 meals a day and then add their own snacks or whatever. Soon I want to be able to offer like just whole packages like that so that you don't have to think too much about it. You can just pretty much grab it and go. So.
And that's fire. Like the meal prep idea, that is amazing, Jessica. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I
Um,
have, it's 4 different meals, and then some of them are doubled. Because I know some people don't like the same meal for 7 days. They kind of get tired of it or bored with it, which if you wanted to do that, you can. But I like to give people options so they can actually taste to see what this vegan life is all about. And so, they get one of each meal, then some of them are doubled so that you can get variety.
Now, all restaurant aside, you also have, let's see, where is it? You also have your own show.
That's right. Hello Health with Jess. And I had this beautiful opportunity to have an interview some years ago when I opened my old spot with Andreas Cook, and did an interview with him. And at the end, I was like, oh my gosh, this is something I love to do. I like to talk. But and I like to practice my radio voice and all of that jazz. So when he started to do this and kind of mainstream it and have more hosts or whatever, I jumped right on it. And so, of course, with Hello Health with Jess, we talk about healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit. And that's all every single Monday at 8 p.m. I have different guests at times. At other times, we just pretty much talk about healthy things that can, either be healing or helpful to you and your family. But everything is about health.
Gotcha. I saw that you guys were doing your own Valentine's Day giveaway. Um, how can people get a part of that or be a part of that?
That's right. So it's not a charge to enter. All you have to do is tune in to the radio station on Mondays at 8 p.m., 8 to 9. Listen to the show. I'm going to have key things that you'll have to remember that I'm going to ask toward the end of the show to choose the winner. And we have the next few shows up until February the 8th. So all those Mondays, I'll have a winner. So there may be, I think there's 3 more winners that can be available to win. And yeah, pickup will be before Valentine's Day for you and your sweet.
You can't knock that. You cannot knock that. Listen, we giving back to the people around here. Whereas, listen, I'm gonna kind of kill myself with this one. It's a charge to get in mine, but it ain't a charge to get in yours. And it's amazing either way.
Yeah, it's a win-win because
It's a
your
win-win.
basket is lit.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna taking it to the head.
You
And
can't knock. Listen, hold on. Let me cut you off. Let me cut you off right there. You see that Stella Rose? You can't knock the Stella Rose. Listen, I know that these women drink. I see them in Kroger every week with the Stella Rose in their hand. And this is the rose flavor. And then outside of that, we're gonna get back to yours. With yours is free to get in. All you have to do is listen to your show. And I can vouch for your sweets. You have some great food.
Yeah,
So it's a win-win.
I'm excited about these sweets in particular. I'm working on some things with a beautiful young lady, and I can't say too much about it, but it's definitely going to help in your love life. Thus,
Okay.
for Valentine's Day, it's a special herb that we're adding to our sweets, and so it's definitely going to help take you to a place that
I knew it was I knew it. I knew it. I knew y'all got down like that, but listen, I knew it. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah. That's the
Um,
picture. That's yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So with your giveaway, because my mind don't went all kind of places now. With your giveaway, you have 3 more Mondays to enter. Only thing they have to do is listen to that Monday show, follow the instructions while listening, and call in.
That's right.
Oh, let's get it. So my man say for anywhere or only in Georgia. I don't know if that's for me or you, but for you, is yours
Okay.
only in Georgia?
No, it's not. I can ship it. I can ship my sweets with no challenges except our cupcakes, just because I'm very very particular about my sweets and the visual piece of it. So whether if I am shipping it out, it'll be like a cookie or a brownie or a cinnamon roll, something that is easy packaged and shippable.
Gotcha. So Brooklyn, she says, in the future, will you plan on being able to ship non perishable sweets out? Uh,
Um,
yes.
well, uh, well, all of our sweets are perishable. I don't use any additives or preservatives, but I do vacuum seal them so they'll last a little longer and they can be
Okay.
shipped. So yeah, and that's
Gotcha.
anytime. I could do that at this point. It's just a minimum purchase order before shipment, but yeah, we ship.
Now, I might have botched your question. It says per usable sweets. I don't know if she meant
Uh,
perishable. I'm sorry about that. I don't know
Probably.
if she meant perishable. I was just guessing. Okay, but away from that, on my end, CJC, I can ship mine as well. I don't have anything that can go bad in mine. The only thing is I got those wine glasses, but it's wrapped up, it's sealed up. Everything should be good with that. You send those right on out, my brother. Um, outside of that, I want to get into this, Jessica, because the people they need to see this. I want to play a little game. I like
Okay.
to play games.
Don't be playing games with me, Mike. Don't be playing games with me now.
Listen, I got to. If you on my show, you give up the right to say that. So I want to play a little game with you, and I've been playing games with all my guests here recently, or most of my guests.
Okay.
But the game I want to play with you is name that vegan treat. So basically, you're not on a timer. There's no penalties if you get them wrong. There's no prizes if you get them right. However, I'm gonna throw some visuals of some vegan treats on there, and you can name it. Go into details, what's in it. Tell me all about that item, okay?
Alrighty, mighty.
You about ready?
Listos.
I'm gonna start you off with something light, okay? Name that vegan treat.
Ooh, that is our hazelnut brownie, our ooey gooey brownie. So this is one of our, whew, this is one of the brownies that you really do not and will not believe that is vegan. Like for real, for real. It's nice and gooey. It's not cakey. It's dense like a brownie. And then on top you have the hazelnut infused chocolate with pieces of uh, hazelnut and walnuts and just different types of nuts, and it's absolutely decadent.
All right, all right. I'm still gonna warm you up with the next one. This one should be pretty easy for you to get. I tried this at your last open mic. Name that vegan treat.
Oh, that's the bacon mac attack, the barbecue bacon mac attack. So
What does that consist of?
it's in between a hoagie roll or a sub roll, and it's our pulled barbecue, which is made out of jackfruit, our vegan mac and cheese, which we make our own vegan mozzarella and our own vegan cheddar uh, for the mac and cheese, and then our bacon, which is made out of coconut, which we marinate and fry just like bacon, and some extra cheese and barbecue sauce to hold it all together. Yeah.
Dang, it's fire. I loved it when I had it. I'm gonna stay in the realm of that. Name that vegan treat.
Okay, so this was something that I made at home. We with Miss Gigi, we were offering the free vegan food bags, and inside that was our beefless crumble. Well, not our beefless, not our crumble, but I forget the brand. But we made sloppy joes, and I underneath it is fresh kale picked from a garden, then our sloppy joes, and then our vegan cheese, and then a cracked wheat bun with some potato wedges.
Come on, man. You can't knock this stuff, man. Name that vegan treat.
Oh, shrimp and grits, butterfly shrimp and grits, which is made out of konjac, which is a root vegetable, and we fry it just like shrimp. And those are yellow, fresh, homemade grits. Yeah, good stuff.
Okay. This is gonna be more on my side. Name that vegan treat.
Oh, buddy, our chili cheese fries. So that's hand cut, straight up yellow gold potatoes, with our chili, which consists of our beefless crumble, which is made out of lentils, and then other beans like black beans, red kidney beans, a lot of good spices, and then drizzled with our homemade vegan cheese.
Okay, okay. I got
Topped with
I
parsley.
got you said what now?
I said topped with parsley. We put parsley on everything. Hey.
Made that thing look good. Name that vegan treat.
Ah, this is it has had different names, but it's like our Oreo cookie cupcake. So basically, it is a delicious, fluffy, creamy vanilla cupcake baked in between or overlapping an Oreo cookie, a vegan Oreo cookie, topped with creamy vanilla icing with Oreo cookie crumbles on top. So
That
you
thing
bite
looks
that
so
thing, you see the layers, you see the cake, you see the cookie, you see the cake, icing, and then topped with crumbled cookies.
I got one more for you. Where is it? Where is it? Name that vegan treat.
This is one of our newer, healthier vegan treats, which is our strawberry and beet muffins. And so, of course, it's fresh strawberries, and then our beets, and it's blended, and it's baked is baked like a muffin. No icing required. It's naturally sweet. Very minimum cane sugar. Mainly of the sweetness that you're getting is from the strawberries, from the applesauce, and yeah, it's very light and delicious. You don't feel guilty eating it, and it's very, very good. Very good.
Okay, so I think you won. My man said he said at least give her a pencil set, Mike. I can't even do that, brother. I'm cheap. I can't give you nothing. You won. Yay for you. I can't give you nothing though. But look, anybody tuned into this, y'all see this type of stuff. This is vegan food. This is 100% vegan meals, and this stuff looks amazing. This isn't a part of the game, but what is that?
This is something that I made at my home. Like, this is something that I want to start adding to our menu at the restaurant, because unfortunately, I eat differently than I do at the restaurant. When my restaurant is open, I still only eat one meal a day, and I'll eat whatever I serve. But when I'm at home, I eat a little differently. So what we have here is straight up bella mushrooms, and I sauteed it with some red bell pepper and onion with all my little spices. You see my spice cabinet; it's amazing.
Mm,
And then I'm trying to incorporate more walnuts in my diet because it's good brain food. And so I
mhm.
blended up my walnuts into my food processor, and I kind
Okay.
of boiled it first, and then I added my kale and then my other spices with my red bell pepper. So the nuts that you see, or the little spikes, spots that you see, are nuts, but they're soft, like as if it was garlic. And there's fresh garlic in there too. And then on the left side is, just straight up avocado and cucumber, just some freshness, some alkaline stuff to just cover it all together with deliciousness. It was a good meal. I was full to the max because, avocado is a good healthy fat, which makes you feel full longer. And I mean, the kale has high in protein, the mushrooms, vitamin D. Like, it's a lot of that was a healthy plate right there.
It looked healthy. That's why I was like, okay, I gotta grab that picture. I know it's not anything that you serve at your restaurant, but I saw that you had it on Facebook, and I was like, look, that looks like a big deal. So let's get that. One more
Yeah,
time for
it
the
was.
listeners. You say, yeah, what now?
I said, yeah, it was delicious.
It looked like it. It looked like it. One more time for the listeners and the viewers who may consider going vegan. What does that consist of? What is veganism?
So veganism is when you don't partake in any meat or dairy or anything that comes from an animal, period. So there's different, people still like to put you in a box. So you have some vegans that, still don't eat no meat and no dairy, but still may, buy products with like maybe goat's milk or honey, stuff like that, or they still may wear leather, or snake skin boots. So they may still partake in the actual, the genocide of the animal, but not consuming it within themselves, if that makes any sense. So
That
there's
makes sense.
different, yeah, there's different levels of it, but the generic is, you're not consuming any meat or any dairy.
And for the people who didn't watch the first interview, how long have you been on this vegan journey?
So it's been 9 years. 9 years. I
9.
went vegan a little bit before I got pregnant with my daughter Poetry. And then when I became pregnant, she was not digging the tofu. She wasn't digging orange juice. She wasn't digging a lot of stuff. I was like, girl, you got to get your life. So,
Right.
so I ate meat while I was pregnant with her. But as soon as she came out, I went back to my vegan diet. So I start my vegan diet, when she was born. Yeah. So about 9 years. She just turned 9.
If you're watching this, you're tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, and or Twitch. If you have questions for Jessica Mack, drop them in the chat. You got anything that you want to say to her, drop it in the chat, and I will be sure to ask her. Um, Let me ask you this, Jessica. Right about now, it's January. It's supposed to be wintertime, but it's hot outside. What do you do for fun? I know you're not cooped up. I know you're outside. I know you're handling things. You're a busy woman. What does Jessica Mack do for fun?
I'm very simple yet complex. When it's beautiful outside, I will literally just go outside with my pen and paper and write, okay, poetry or whatever. When I have my children throughout the week, we bike ride. The weather has been amazing. I love riding my bike. I've had my bike for about 12 years. I brought it from Florida to Georgia. And listen, I changed the bike seat. I'll be taking it to the bike shop. I needed repairs, like it's my car, like for real. So I like bike riding. I love bowling. I love hiking. I like outdoor activities. I love playing games, like in card games. Like I have so many different card games and different board games. Um, yeah, that's And I like to live music, of course. I love to sing. So all of
And
that,
we
yeah.
saw that in that video. Like you, yeah, you love to sing. I saw the people in the chat that were loving your voice. You love to sing. One thing about you, you are active in the community. I remember a few months ago, y'all had the vegan goodie bags that y'all were giving away. What happened with that? What all did those bags consist of?
So the unique thing about these bags is there was something different every week. So you had the opportunity, to try new things, new vegetables, some things that you were familiar with, meat alternative that I had never seen, like the mock tuna, the beefless crumble, just different little things. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had that. And we was offering it every Tuesday from I think October till December. Now that's over with for now, but starting Friday, every once a month, starting this coming up Friday, Making Vegans is having the food bank on City Park,
Okay.
and there's no registration, no nothing, no questions asked. You go, I think it's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It'll be open. Get a free vegan bags. We're gonna start doing it once a month at my restaurant as well. So stay tuned for that. If you follow us on, Facebook or Instagram, Southern Vegan Soul Cafe, you'll see the updates for that. Well, we will be doing it again once a month.
Okay. Okay. Listen, this is big for the community because I remember when you were doing it, you guys would do like videos and pictures. Y'all had some people coming and grab those bags now.
Yeah, they be waiting for us. We'd be just pulling up, and there'd be like 15, 20 cars in the parking lot. So it feels good to be able to bless others with food that they are not only like used to eating, but willing to try. You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of things that people do in the community that offer food boxes, and I praise them for it. But as a vegan, it's like I can't, if I'm in need, I could be allergies, or I could not consume and be lactose intolerant, or whatever the case may be. I may need the free food, but I can't eat nothing in it. So
Right.
on this side of the spectrum, it feels good to be able to bless others with food that they can actually eat, and to bless their families with healthier food, especially during COVID. These are the types of food that you need to be consuming. Things that are filled and packed with all these vitamins, antioxidants, things that fight colds, things that fight diseases and germs and all that stuff. This is what is I call it my internal mask that people need to consume.
And listen, now that you bring that up, fighting COVID, we all know by now that it's about boosting your immune system, being the healthiest version of you that you can be to fight off this disease. One thing that I posted earlier, the hibiscus tea that Andreas is and Andrea sell, that
Mm-hmm.
thing is good. I'm actually, after we get off of here, I'm gonna do my tea and I'm about to lay myself down because I didn't sleep good last night. But the thing about that tea, listen, that tea is filled with hibiscus, hemp, elderberry, and stevia. Now, those four things are great for you. You know, stevia is a sweetener, it's not sugar. So, sugar, like, what is it, Dixie Crystal, that's not good
Mm-hmm.
for you at all,
That's right.
especially if you're consuming it in large lump sums. You know what I'm saying? Um, you got stevia to substitute that. You got the elderberry. Come on now, we all know about the elderberry. The elderberry started popping at the beginning of the pandemic because it helps with your immune system. It helps boost that. It also has hemp. I ain't got to go too much further into what hemp is. We grown around here. We know what hemp does. You know, it's legal. It's not illegal to consume hemp. It is legal. So it has hemp in it, elderberry, hibiscus. Now, hibiscus is something that's new to me, but it's a plant, correct?
That's right.
So
It's
with the
it's just
hibiscus,
like the Jamaicans, they make the sorrel. Sorrel is hibiscus, and it's super high in antioxidants, and it boosts your immune system. There's other elements in there, like if you're pregnant, you shouldn't drink it. But if you're, trying to be healthy and stay healthy, that is definitely a good herb to consume.
listen, y'all better get that thing. Jessica Mack, I'm not gonna hold you much longer. If you got anything else you want to share with the people, Get it out now or forever hold your peace.
Oh goodness. No.
Um, Shout out to Gigi Weaver again because I inboxed her. I was like, look, I saw you went live. I saw you had the footage of them singing. Can I grab that? With no hesitation, she was like, go ahead. Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Andres Cook. Jessica, drop your socials and we about to get out of here. How can they find you on social media?
For sure. So you can just check us out on Southern Vegan Soul Cafe .com, or on the Facebook and on the Instagram. On the Instagram, it's an underscore between each word. And then, of course, our radio show, Hello Health Jess, both on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to inbox us or send us an email. We do meal prep throughout the week. Pick up or on Mondays. Stay tuned for when our grand opening is going to be, which is very, very soon. It's going to be lit. Of course, it's going to be live music. Because what people don't understand, that's a huge part of who I am. Like, before I opened the restaurant, that's literally all I did for 5 years, was on stage, across the water, singing. So when I say it's gonna be live music, it's gonna be right. So do pay attention to our post. Follow us; it'll be amazing. And thank you so much, Mike, for having me on your show twice.
Oh yeah, listen, we're gonna spin the block again. Once I grow a little bit more, once you grow a little bit more, we're gonna come back and do it again because I'm pretty sure you'll have a lot of details to share with people about your journey. And by then your restaurant will be back open and
Right.
booming, and might be a full-time vegan by then. You know what I'm saying? Either way, Jessica, thank you for coming by. Be blessed, man.
Thank you so
Let me
much,
go.
love.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Mike Ryder, Mr. Accountability, the man behind the microphone. And as you can see, we're all about holding each other accountable for our actions, holding each other accountable for our health. This month was Health Month on Mike Ryder Talks. That was my last Health Month interview. I had a personal trainer, a holistic health practitioner. I had a licensed professional counselor for the mental health. I had a yoga instructor. I had the vegan queen herself, Jessica Mack, owner of Southern Vegan Soul. I feel like I touched on a lot of aspects of health with my guest this month. This was amazing. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your people. On Facebook, like the page, Mike Ryder Talks. Instagram, Mike Ryder Talks. Follow me. Share it with your people. Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. Comment. Interact with us. You see how we get down around here. I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm about to go ahead and hit this. You know how we do it at the end of each and every show. Until we meet again, you see it at the bottom of the screen. Be blessed, all right? Love y'all.